in general, I'd say I enjoyed the Duel. It's a little slow, but there were enough elements in this that I liked, and I'm happy to recommend it. This was released in 2016. It's directed by Kieran Darcy-Smith. It's written by Matt Cook, and we have a cast including Liam Hemsworth and Woody Harrelson. It's because of Harrelson that I became aware of this, the reason I wanted to watch this. I don't know if I would have watched it otherwise. I kind of feel like it appeals to me, but maybe on paper it didn't sound that interesting. But I have to say, as a fan of Westerns in general, it definitely did work very well for me. It's about a character called David Kingston, and he is a ranger who goes to this town to investigate these various suspicious deaths. And I don't really want to say any more than that. I obviously don't want to give away too much, but I was really fascinated to find out what would happen, why were people dying, who is responsible for this, and he does this with a bit of secrecy as well, so not everybody is fully aware of what's happening, and I rather enjoyed that part of it. He meets a character called Abraham Brant, played by Woody Harrelson. Kingston is played by Liam Hemsworth, and Brant is definitely a very well-written character. And I certainly enjoyed Harrelson's performance. All of the performances were very well done. The narrative itself absolutely was interesting. I was really keen to find out what was going on. It is just very, very slow. I think the pacing really lets the film down. It's not so much that each scene isn't relevant. There is some fluff, but it's more just the rate at which we get through the scene and the rate at which information is delivered is just very, very slow. I feel like we could have easily removed half an hour from this without losing any of the narrative. So, didn't love that, but in general, I was still engaged with the narrative enough. I was still curious to find out what was going on. The Western aspect, absolutely love it. Definitely really, really appeals to me. And I've not watched a lot of very dark Westerns. Most Westerns I've seen have been a little bit older. They're not quite as heavy as this. And it's a little bit different to what I'm used to. And I thought it worked really well. So I have no real complaints. The narrative is fascinating. The execution is very well done with regards to how quickly we learn information. They obviously hold a lot of information back as the film develops. We find out more. But the pacing itself, the time it takes us to get from one point to the next, is very, very slow. Like the characters, very well written characters, great costumes, very atmospheric. Apparently it was filmed in, Mississippi. Some of it's filmed in Mississippi, I'm not sure if it all is, but visually absolutely stunning. The music is very good as well. So there are a lot of strong elements about the Duel, but the pacing lets it down. But that aside, I enjoyed it. It's definitely quite an intense experience. There are some scenes that are quite heavy going, and I think they're very, very well done for the most part. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. If it sounds like your kind of film, if it's a story you think you'll be interested in, I'd say The Duel is worth watching. I rather enjoyed it, and I'm happy to recommend it.